What's going on, everyone? Ghosty Boy here. Today I'll be showing you guys some blue hive guide so you guys can start making your honey a whole lot easier, since blue and white hives are pretty much the best now, and red's pretty garbage. Note that this is a video for people with solo pop stars like me and stuff, not people with double passives and stuff. Okay, so just don't go commenting in the comment section stupid stuff. Sorry. Anyways, we're going to be talking about your some guide for blue hives with solo pop star passive. Let's try and go for 1.3k subscribers and set a like goal to 20 or 15 likes on this video. If we reach 20 or 15 likes on this video, I'll post another video tomorrow. Anyways, let's get into this video. So for the first bee you guys need in every hive color, you're going to be needing a gifted basic bee, as the gifted hive bonus is times 1.2 pollen. I don't have one currently, but I've been saving up my sunflower seeds, trying to get it to 12,000 so I could try and put him in my hive and gift him. So for the second bee we need is a gifted bumblebee, as the gifted hive bonus is times 1.1 capacity, and it has an ability called blue palm. So yeah. Every blue hive needs a gifted cool bee, as the gifted hive bonus is plus 15% blue pollen, and it gives blue boost. So for the next one, you will probably need a hasty bee, because the gifted hive bonus is plus 20% player move speed, and you need the haste to get around and pop all the bubbles fast. So yeah. Now, every hive color needs a gifted looker bee, as the gifted hive bonus is plus 25% critical power, and it gives you focus too, which makes you get all those criticals and stuff. So yeah, you guys will not need any red bees such as rad bee, rascal bee. You probably will need stubborn bee. It's optional, you don't really need him, but people who macro and stuff really use him, because the gifted hive bonus is plus 20% ability token lifespan, which lets the token stay on the field longer when AFK and macroing and stuff. So this bee is optional, you don't need him, but if you like AFKing and stuff, this will be a bee just for you. So we're going on to the epic bees now. The first one you will need is a gifted bubble bee, as gifted hive bonus is plus 50% bubble pollen, which is extremely important because you're going to be getting lots of bubbles, and you're going to be needing to collect a lot of pollen from those bubbles. So yeah. You will also really need a gifted bumblebee. Like, no regrets, you will really need this bee. Gifted hive bonus is plus 20% blue field capacity, and it has blue boost too, but blue boost won't be as useful as you'll have tons of tadpoles, which will give you blue boost. So yeah. You will need a gifted commander bee, yes you will. Gifted hive bonus is plus 3% critical chance, and it has focus ability too. You will not need gifted demo bee, exhausted fire bee, but you will need gifted frosty bee, as gifted hive bonus is plus 30% blue bomb pollen. Don't worry guys, this bee will not explode your container like rascal bee does, because you have bubble blow from your pop star, which will give you lots more blue field capacity and stuff, and you won't really have your container exploding as often with this bee. So yes, you will need this bee in your hive. So for the next one is honeybee. You do not need honeybee, but only if you have popstar and gummy star too. If you have popstar and gummy star, you will need gifted honeybee, because when your gummy star pops, it will scatter tons of honey tokens around the field, and this honeybee will make those honey tokens worth a lot more. So yeah. You will not need gifted rage bee, Riley bee, or shocked bee. Some people use shocked bee just because gifted hive bonus is plus 25% white pollen, and there's a few white flowers in blue fields, but it's just a waste of a hive slot. Please don't put this bee inside your hive. Legendary bees, baby bee, it's optional. You don't really need baby bee. Gifted hive bonus, 25% loot luck. I would have kept it. I like loot luck, and I like getting better loot from mobs, but it was kind of a waste of a hive slot. This bee can't even attack, and it has terrible stats. Plus I have a gifted tadpole bee, which gives the baby love ability too, and I don't really need it anymore. So you don't need baby bee at all unless you really like loot luck. So yeah, Carpenter Bee you do not need. Demon Bee, he's optional. You don't really need Demon Bee, but the gifted Hive bonus of plus 15% instant bomb conversion is kind of tempting for some people. So I guess you could have gifted Demon Bee, but he's not really going to be of much of use. So you don't really need this bee in your hive. Next bee, which is an extremely important bee for converting your balloons, is Diamond Bee. As a gifted hive bonus is like times 1.2 convert rate, and he also gives Blue Boost, Honey Gift Plus, and a passive called Shimmering Honey, which when converting a hive, this bee grants 20% bonus honey plus 2 per level. This bonus is doubled if gifted. So yes, you will need a gifted Diamond Bee, guys. You do not need gifted Lion Bee, but you will need at least 3 Music Bees. I'm currently running like at least 2 of them, because I have a gifted Cobalt Bee. Let me just go to my hive real quick. Let me just use this cannon. Alright, so I have a gifted Cobalt Bee here. He has a bee equip called the Toy Horn. He gives me a melody ability as a hive bonus, which is basically a music bee, and I don't really need it. I have like 2 music bees, and he has the Toy Horn bee equip, which gives me the melody bee ability. So I don't really need another music bee. I already have like 2, and Cobalt Bee has the bee equip. Ninja Bee, yes, you will need Ninja Bee. He has gifted hive bonus of plus 5% bee move speed because tadpole bees are slow, and he gives you haste too. And as I said before, blue hives need haste to get around to pop the bubbles and stuff, especially for boosting. So yeah. Shy Bee, this bee wasn't really as good, but until Anna changed the gifted hive bonus plus 5% bee ability pollen, it's pretty good. You can go ahead and throw it in your hive. You don't really need it, but if you really want that bee ability pollen, you can go ahead and throw it in your hive. Now we're moving on to mythic bees. Yes, the most important bees in your hive. You will need at least 12 or 15 points, and at least one of them should be gifted, because gifted hive bonus is times 1.2 capacity. He gives you Blue Bomb and the inflate balloons, and the gifted hive bonus is surprise party, which spawns golden balloons, which is really good. Yes, you will need 1 gifted fuzzy bee, not because of the gifted hive bonus, but it's because of the gifted ability pollen haze, which like buffs the flowers and stuff, which is pretty good. So Precise Bee, he's a bee that you could have. He's a good source of focus, but not many blue hives really use this bee. I just have him because he's a pretty good source of focus. You guys don't really need him. Just do what you want. I don't really care. He's a good source of focus. I guess you could have him, but not really useful for blue hives. Spicy Bee, you will not need this bee. I only have him because he's gifted, and I might swap back to red when blue probably becomes the worst hive again. Tadpole Bee, yes, you will need at least 12 to 15 tadpole bees like your buoyants, and one of them have to be gifted because of the gifted hive bonus and summon frog ability and stuff, like most of you already know. Vector Bee, Vector Bees would be useful for blue hives with Pop Gummy. Pop Gummy is Pop Star and Gummy Star, a double passive. But if you do not have Pop Gummy, Vector Bees will not be as useful in your hive. You will still make the same amount with them, but with or without them, but not really a useful bee you really need in your hive. It'll just take up hive spaces. Bear Bee, yes, you will need this bee. I don't have him in my hive right now because I had to put a looker bee in my hive for a boost for critical power. Cobalt Bee, yes, you will need this bee. Not many blue hivers use him. They kind of replace him because the gifted hive bonus of plus 10% instant blue conversion isn't really as useful anymore to blue hives. It's kind of just a waste of a hive slot, but I keep him anyway because that blue bomb sink is pretty good for macroing in Pine Tree for some people who macro. So you could keep this bee if you want, but not really as useful. Crimson Bee, you will not need this bee. Like I said about Spicy Bee, I'm keeping her because I don't want to have to worry about gifting her when I become a red hive someday. And also because I think I might become a white hive when white gets buffed some other time. And I think I might actually need Cobalt and Crimson Bee for my white hive. I don't know, I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments, please, before I make a big mistake. Festive Bee, I guess you could keep it. Not really as useful. Pretty good for boosting though. Because of the festive gifts, which grant you like that festive blessing, which grants you like 100% instant conversion, which is really good. So I guess you could keep it, but blue hives just replace this bee a lot, and they don't really need it. Plus mine's gifted. Anyways, yes, you will need Gummy Bee. You really will need Gummy Bee. Photon Bee, you can go ahead and kill him. Unless he's not gifted. Unless he's gifted, you won't need him if he's not gifted. If he's gifted, you could keep him, but the 5% instant conversion isn't really as useful anymore. And he gives you haste too. Haste is really useful too. And I haven't gifted, and I'd hate to kill gifted Photon Bee. So yeah. Puppy Bee, some people use him, but it's not really needed unless he's gifted with the reindeer antlers. Then yeah, sure, you can go ahead and have him, but not really useful. Tabby Bee, you will need Tabby Bee. Vicious Bee, not really good for boosting. He's just more of an attack bee. You can go ahead and replace your Vicious Bee and go put something else in your hive. He's not really useful. The only useful thing he gives is like the Blue Bomb Plus, which activates Popstar faster, and the Impale, which is really just for attacking. He's not really good for boosting, so you can go ahead and replace him if you want to. Windy Bee, yes, all hive colors need a Windy Bee, as the abilities are really overpowered and stuff like that. So yeah.